Now I request Dr. N. Anil Kumar, the Executive Director of MSSRF, for the introductory remarks.
A very good morning to all of you. Respected Professor, Dr. Bashir Muhammad Shadrach. Sure, Bashir Ahmad or Bashir Ahmad? Bashir Ahmad Shadrach. Priyanka Mohan, other innovators present here, my dear colleagues. So this particular program, the Innovators Network program, and also the Indian Public Library Movement, that program, both are, I would say, inseparable program. So what I understand, we have around 80 innovators now, so between three cohorts. So this is the third cohort which we have assembled here. So when I read through the background note which you had given to me, so this is a very interesting program. If you look at the innovators, particularly in the area of knowledge movement. So Professor used to say, every village a knowledge village, every village a knowledge village, because now the knowledge is power. With the knowledge, we can change the villages. So our earliest program of the MSSRF, our bio village program. In fact, we started with village knowledge centers. So I would say the public library now has a greater role to play in developing every village a knowledge village, or every village a reformed bio village, if you look at in that way. So because if you look at the societal development, we are living in the era of a post-modern society. The connectivity is so fast. In this particular program, this global network, I was amazed to see that the kind of regions you are able to connect. If we are able to connect the innovators, the library, the emerging librarians, or the emerging librarian innovators, between these regions, I'm sure so much of changes we can bring in. So largely, the kind of development is always measured only with reference to the economic wealth. But alternatively, the development is actually the social progress. So how do we achieve the social progress? The social progress, major indicators of the social progress is actually the education. The education, health, and the building blocks for your the social development. So I strongly feel this network, which we can, if we can nurture properly. So I don't know the kind of the kind of effectiveness of the network at present. But if you are able to nurture it properly, these innovators definitely can make a movement. So we talk about from a green revolution to an evergreen revolution, where the gains of green revolution are achieved in perpetuity. So I would prefer the innovators here, they should work for the agricultural revolution, the kind of evergreen revolution, where the production is achieved without distracting the ecological foundations. So in the later course, I would prefer a kind of an interaction with the innovators and the team here in the organization, the science team. So they can definitely work with the innovators, and we can see that the kind of changes which we can possibly bring in the area of agriculture, in the area of social development indices. So how do we achieve the progressive society? Means you are developing in a comprehensive and sustainable manner. So there, the sustainable development goals now, the overarching goals for all the nations. So we again at this organization, we focus on the zero hunger goal. where the zero hunger goal could be achieved by promoting sustainable agricultural development. So if you look at the sustainable agricultural development, there again, the major focus is the productivity enhancement in sustainability, and also the income enhancement. Now the Prime Minister of our government and Prime Minister of India in particular talks about doubling the farmers' income. So how do we achieve these kind of goals? I'm sure the library is one of the institutions that can help the country and the state to achieve such kind of goals. So with these few words, I would like to welcome all of you, especially the innovators come from different parts of state. And also, I would like to welcome those who have connected through this network. I understand we have people from different countries now. So let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you. And we would be very happy to work with each one of you in the coming days. So with these few words, I welcome all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Priyanka Mohan is an international development professional bringing in her experience in the area of natural resource management and environmental health, education, gender and adaptation, reducing risks and integrating ICTs and gender sensitivity. She is a trainer, editor, researcher and currently a strategic program lead at MSSRF. Ms. Priyanka Mohan, strategic and program lead of INELI and IPLM program, will now introduce to you the project.
Good morning, everyone. I welcome all of you. Before I actually go into the actual presentation and talk about INELI, South Asia, I'd like to say that today we are celebrating Holi. So it's a festive of colors. It begins with vibrancy. So happy Holi to all of you. And it also happens to be an International Happy Day. So it just coincides. And I think it's a very happy moment for the INELI South Asia team to have started with two important, vibrant days. So welcoming each and every one of you on a very happy note. So welcome to the Virtual Connect Convening. I'd like to quickly go into what I'd be covering today. I'd like to share a little bit of the story of why INELI in India, and what exactly is INELI, what actually happened, and what is our journey so far, because there are two cohorts, and I think cohort 3 would like to really understand what really happened with them. And now we're moving towards South Asia. But before stepping into that, I would like to bring in a little bit of leads that Dr. Anil today morning rightly said. There are lots of experiences that we have had in the past 20 years. We have worked in the field with the communities to actually build knowledge communities. And one of the key things that we have tried to do is provide and build access to information through knowledge centers. And this is a concept that has existed in the field for N number of years, and we've tried to capacitate the farmers and the fishers. So it is exactly this particular concept that's being replicated through public libraries. So Professor's vision of every village is a knowledge center is obviously being amplified through public libraries. I would also like to emphasize a little bit on the approach. The approach matters because it cannot be disconnected. It has to be connected when we talk about bringing good practices into the hands of the communities. So what we did through our learning effort is that it is always, as much as possible, bottom-ups, taking it to the last mile, reaching the unreached, including all those people who are in the marginalized sections, and making it as participatory as possible. This is what builds the foundation to our own knowledge, and this is the wealth with which we work with the public librarians as well. Besides this, there are transformations that are happening at various levels. That learning is also integrated into this approach. So when we look at ICTs, initially we did not know how to actually take it to the communities, but we did at some point, and we have exceedingly flourished in that space. And besides that, we've also looked at how we can connect gender and actually dissolve the inequalities. That is definitely in progress, and we still can find public libraries as a space where you can integrate gender equality. Through this process, it's always a community-led transformation. So it is understanding the needs of the community through the participatory approach that has helped us to actually make our programs as successful as possible. So let's actually look into why INELI and what actually happened. It started actually from a librarian who's very passionate, just like each one of you have convened today, who had a story at hand. She had an idea. And she decided, why not make a transformation from there and support all the librarians across the globe? Well, her initial idea was only to look at an international convening with an international cohort. Somewhere down the line, that became so successful that she really wanted to take it until the rest of the librarians across the globe. So that's where the story begins. And we are the 8th regional network of the INELI program. This was conceived by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Dr. Deborah Jacobs from the Global Libraries program. So there is a model. That was the model that started with the Global Libraries program. That model is being executed here, but then we're not replicating as it is. It is being as infused as possible. There are various players who are playing a critical role in making sure that their learning is as enhanced as possible. Obviously, one of the main players are just the public librarians who are also mentored on an ongoing basis in a way where their online learning becomes as flourishing as possible. The online learning system has a package. It has a couple of contents where you go through a process, and in that process, you understand what exactly needs to be done when you look at it from a knowledge perspective and a skill perspective. Besides that, you're connecting with all your peers that you probably have not done earlier, or probably you're in the process of doing it. At the same time, you're trying to understand how can you actually meet the needs of the communities besides those who are users who come in for actually taking the books. So that's the concept and that's the model. And besides that, we obviously have the MSSRF team that facilitates the entire process, and we try to make as much as global to local connections wherever possible in terms of knowledge and skills. So this model, I will take a quick peek into the curriculum. I'll talk about the transformation that happens before I get into the curriculum. What happens is when you come in just like any other public librarian. You're going to a university, you come in as a public librarian, but something happens here. So when you come in as a librarian, you're exposed. You're exposed to leadership skills. You're exposed to community needs assessment. And you try to understand how is it possible for innovation to take place through public libraries. So the online learning is split into two. One is skill-based module, the other one is knowledge-based module. Besides that, we also have face-to-face convenings, which is where we take you to libraries that are actually making global transformations for their respective communities. That becomes a key place where you try to understand how other librarians are also making the effort to make their libraries a knowledge center. Besides this, all of you have become a network. So welcome to the network. But after that, once you're in it, you're no longer a librarian. For us, we see you as an innovator. You begin to ideate, you begin to innovate, and you show your leadership ability to take it forward. And besides that, you begin to understand how the community needs can be met, and through that, your creativity begins to blend into your own public library system, and through partnerships, you're able to then showcase the different types of services. So that's the kind of transformation that happens to you when you come into this program. So this is a quick look into the curriculum that we have that specifically focuses on your leadership ability, on the skill, attitude, and the knowledge that you gain through this process. We have also grown in the process of learning from you as to what more you would like to learn. And so we've actually, Cohort 3 has a few extra modules to work on. So we're basically helping you to get into a holistic curriculum that will support you for your future development process. So we have applied this model to 2 cohorts already since August 2015. So let's try to understand what happened to them. You'll all be curious to know about it. So we have two cohorts. We have 43 innovators and 88 mentors. They are across 22 states. Then they have actually gone through only 9 modules, and they've attended 4 convenings. 2 has taken place nationally and 2 has taken place internationally. What happened to them in the process of going through a leadership program is that through the IPLM Association, they've been able to build partnership and deliver services for their communities. So right now, they're actually covering around 8 thematic areas in the UN SDG goals. And the impact in the past 1.5 years has been like almost 114,000 users across various services. I will get to that at some point. This is a quick picture or a snippet of what happens at convenings. It is actually a learning-enabled platform. We also take them to libraries to showcase the different kind of services, but there's also hands-on information on how much more you can develop your own knowledge and skills. So what happens to the innovator after that? What we have noticed organically has grown is that they're able to contribute in policy forums and be in part of regional consultations. They actually have started to become resource persons. They're acting as facilitators. They're also having their own capacity building programs for their staff, their friends, their library friends. They're members of other committees and associations that they've not been part of. They're involved in actually collecting data and building evidence of change, which is something that they've not done before. They're becoming recipients to many awards and they're being recognized in various platforms. They're motivated to also handhold other librarians who do not belong to their network anymore. So the movement is actually being created because they are becoming as capacitated as possible. And they're being more self-initiating, and they're coming up sporadically with your own innovative ideas. We also have an innovator who's become a mobile library man, and he was recognized for it right here in Tamil Nadu. So like this, there are so many other changes that happens when you come into this program. These are just a few highlights that I have indicated today, but once you're in it, you would actually know what more you can do for yourself. This is a quick look into the data that we have been able to collect, thanks to all the innovators from Cohort 1 and Cohort 2, who've specifically contributed to a lot of services in their libraries in the past 1.5 years. They've actually been able to touch upon certain elements that could not have been done earlier. We've gone into agriculture, we've gone into health. Of course, it all begins with quality education. But to be able to show that you can have services which are related to physical well-being, mental well-being, that's a big transformation. Today, all of us talk about being stressful, and we really want to see how communities can become more relaxed, more peaceful, and we want them to flourish. So when you're able to showcase these kind of services, there is a shift in how public libraries are going beyond books. And we were also learnt very recently that one of the public libraries in Tamil Nadu is now being called one of its kind community hub. So that's a big transformation, and it's a kudos to all the librarians who are doing this as an innovation. Besides this, INELI, obviously, we connect virtually. Majority, we actually connect virtually. There's a lot of learning that happens through Facebook, through WhatsApp, through personal phone calls. And for this cohort, we're going to introduce webinars over a period of time. And we also do offline through convening. So this is basically how the program is packaged. And now I'm welcoming the cohort 3. It's the beginning for us. You're one off cohort. We're covering you in 8 countries. We have 26 of you. You're fortunate to be led by 6 very good mentors. There are 20 innovators. Each one of you have been selected through a process. We have had a very intensive process. And so I welcome each and every one of you among so many librarians across your own individual countries. You are the seeds who are sprouting to bring a change for your own library fraternity. And you would be undergoing the online module starting from tomorrow. And I'd like to conclude by saying you're all the seeds of change. We're just nurturing you to make more better, inclusive society for one and all. Thank you.
We keep reading about great leaders being produced from the libraries, local libraries. Thank you, Priyanka, for such a great project. Now with Dr. Bashir Ahmed Shadrak, having served as the founder chair, now advises the Indian public library movement towards building momentum and providing impetus to the field in India. He has been highly devoted to see IPLM emerge as the voice of Indian public librarians and the other stakeholders interested in reviving public libraries in India. I invite Dr. Bashir Ahmed Shadrak to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you so much, Professor Swaminathan, Dr. Anil Kumar, Ms. Priyanka Mohan, all my colleagues here, Ms. Girija, Siran, the INELI innovators who are here from various parts of the country, and most importantly, the 20 innovators who have been chosen in a very meticulous process, which Priyanka just now mentioned. So welcome to Cohort 3, the 20 innovators and 6 mentors. They also understand that there are going to be a number of innovators from Cohort 1 and 2 talking to us in a while. Also, I would like to welcome Mr. Iramni Ali from Indonesia, who is going to be a guest speaker from Indonesia, who belongs to the ASEAN network, which is one of the 8 INELI networks around the world. And just now, Professor Swaminathan was introducing me to Dr. Anil Kumar, saying that for 25 years we know each other. And the reason that we know each other is because Professor Swaminathan invited me to join a movement that he was spearheading based on what he called the two-way knowledge connectivity between those who seek knowledge and those who can provide knowledge, particularly in rural and remote areas of the world. And in his own M.S. Swaminathan Research Foundation's initiatives, one of the key initiatives was the Village Knowledge Center initiative, which came to limelight sometimes in the 90s, when many people dismissed the idea of bringing ICT to the rural areas. But Professor was the lone warrior at a global level, demonstrating that it is possible to bring information and communication technologies to the rural areas as well, mainly to provide the much required connectivity between the knowledge source, demand, and those who can provide knowledge. He also demonstrated through the Pondicherry experiment how knowledge can be further enhanced or provided in such a way that what he called the value addition on top of the simple information that you access on the internet, when you add value based on the community needs, then it becomes an opportunity for people to interact with you and learn from you and also put to use what they've learned. And it becomes a spiral of knowledge quest. So that's how the Pondicherry experiment became a model for the entire world, which had actually initiated around the world a movement called the Village Knowledge Center movement, not only in India, but it was taken very seriously in countries like Latin America, where Professor himself spearheaded this together with the Chilean president there. In Egypt, the MENA region, in the Philippines, in Nepal, in Bangladesh, in Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and many other places. And today, the INELI South Asia, we have innovators from 8 countries, and you could see the effects of this idea, connecting source with the demand at a rural and remote area is a possibility today. But that said, we just now celebrated the 30th year of the World Wide Web. On the 12th of March, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, who wrote the first XML code, which connected information that was contained in computers. Internet existed for a long time, but the World Wide Web made it possible for ordinary people like you and me to share the knowledge that we held in bits and bytes on our computers. And this happened 30 years ago. And you could see the effect. And some people call it Yum GAFA effect. The Microsoft, Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon effect, which together these 5 companies today have a wealth of something what they call $2.8 trillion, actually on a minute by minute, second by second basis, engaging over 3 billion people, somewhere between 2 and 3 billion people. So of the 8 billion people, the 30 years of web enabled us to connect 4 billion people. We are in a 50-50 moment. The International Telecommunications Union made this announcement in December last year that 50% of the world is connected. Now, it is good news, but it's also bad news. It is a challenge, but the challenge can be an opportunity for people like us. That's the concern Professor Swaminathan has, where the 4 billion unconnected people, most of them are women, most of them are living in rural and remote areas, most of them do not have the means to afford to be on the internet all the time. That's where he found this idea of public access, public knowledge centers as intermediaries for people who cannot afford to be online to be connected, so that these intermediaries in village knowledge centers, the village knowledge center managers, a woman and a man in each village, can provide the knowledge support to people. So that's where we are locating INELI and ourselves, because those who can afford to access content, which is predominantly today in bits and bytes, no longer contained only in the form of books or journals or periodicals, but very rapidly made available to all of us through the internet and the World Wide Web. We have the GAFAs and Microsofts and others, the Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazons and others, actually making anything and everything possible. Amazon recently, from a digital business, acquired the food chain of America, which was the biggest buyout. 13.8 billion they spent to buy the wholesale food chain, mainly to make e-commerce as their mainstay. And somebody who studied this Microsoft GAFA, Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, said the $2.8 trillion economy, dominating about 2.5 billion people, is all about economy of scale. It's all about the strong user brand that they had built and making people habitual users. And we have something to learn from here. As librarians, as intermediaries, one of the things that we need to learn from the GAFA is how do you make our users habitual users who again and again come to us, who again and again access. And it's all attention economy today. You know, those who pay attention to a particular service is the winner. The winner take it all. Only through attention and that perpetual, habitual service that we render to people, we can build our brand equity. And now, among the 4 billion people who have no access, no means to access the daily needs of their knowledge, which they can put to use, we are here as librarians, as innovators, as emerging leaders, so that we can offer that value-added information to people so that it becomes a livelihood opportunity for them. Priyanka mentioned a lot about the idea of innovators providing support to the sustainable development goals, the librarians becoming innovators in their own right in many facets of public life, whether it is for artisans, farmers, occupational groups, entrepreneurs, students, housewives, and others. There have been some traction so far. In the last 2 years, we have seen a lot of movement in the field of public libraries. But that said, there is also a critique against the public libraries today that many policymakers who ought to invest in public libraries say, "Sab kuch Google mein mil jata hai." You have a mobile phone, that's good enough for you to access information. Why do you need public libraries? But I think the contention here is, who has that smartphone today? And the 4 billion people have the smartphones, and the other 4 billion do not have. And even if they do have, they don't actually access what is useful and important for them. So even Tim Berners-Lee, who created the World Wide Web, wants to understand for what people use the web. Is there a meaningful use of the web? So those critics who often say that everything is available in Google or that GAFA, Facebook, Apple, Microsoft, Google and others, we can very happily say that those people who are in dire need, who lead a life in subsistence living, do not actually have anything for them going on the internet unless and until public systems like public libraries, village knowledge centers, and others provide that value-added information to people. That's where the librarians are located. And as INELians, we have two things to do. We could be very reactive as librarians and say that, okay, we'll get it right. Now everyone is critiquing us, criticizing us, that libraries don't have a place in society. So let us get it right. So let us make it vibrant. Let us ensure that more and more people come into our libraries. Let us make our libraries an inviting place. Let us keep things that are useful to communities. This is a reactionary approach to a challenge that is facing us. We can do as much of house cleaning, as much of some cosmetic change to what we normally do as a daily routine as librarians. But I think what we need to do is that proactive role that Dr. Anil Kumar and Ms. Priyanka Mohan just now mentioned. Being proactive in knowing the interest of the community and providing for those and meeting the needs of those communities on a demand and need based. And this is where we could say, from getting it right, reactionary mode, we could help them to get it right, help the community to get it right. Today, the many community members are not able to get it right because access to timely information is very expensive. Information might be available, but access to the information at the right time when the person needs it, so that that information can be actioned on the ground and it becomes a knowledge source for them, is very expensive, and nobody is in a position to provide that. That's where the intermediaries like librarians and the village knowledge center managers come into play. We need to help them get it right, but also not just get it right, get it better. Because in the fake news situation, even the 4 billion people who are connected today, most of them are highly literate, most of them can afford, they access information on their mobile phone. Even they have the struggle today, now that the Facebook has to think about a Supreme Court of content. They are creating a super auditing body which would help Facebook to take down content. And they are creating some 40 people around the world who could advise them. And on a minute basis, 30,000 people are monitoring content on Facebook, because there is this huge problem of fake news and others. So one of the major areas that the librarians now could contribute is to enable communities to acquire what they call the media and information literacy. It's not just basic literacy. The media and information literacy is much critical now, because only through that people can critically think, evaluate, and access the right information at the right time, so that they don't go wrong anywhere. So with these few words, I would like to once again thank Priyanka and others. And before closing, I would like to read out a small, very short statement that Sneaker Script has come up with. And this says, the world isn't run by weapons anymore, or energy or money. It is run by ones and zeros, little bits and bits of data. It's all just electrons. There is a war out there, a world war, and it is not about who has got the most bullets. It's about who controls information, what we see, what we hear, and how we work, how we think. It is all about information. It looks like the entire domain of information has come back as a serious thing today, and we as innovative librarians have a lot to learn, lot to be a part of this new information society that we are creating. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Hiramni Ali is a INELI Asian innovator from the batch 2015 to 2017. Is INELI Asian Best Innovator of 2017. He says INELI participation made him to get promoted as the Chief Data Scientist, Strategic Planning Bureau, National Library of Indonesia, in Library of Indonesia. Now I invite him to offer the guest speech.
Good day, everybody. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity to have me to present one of our achievements during the INELI during ASEAN. So I would like to share and contribute to talk about. Can I be the presenter? Sorry, just a moment. Oh, sorry. Okay. Can somebody help me? Hello. Hello.
See you. Can you share your camera, please? Can you share your screen?
Yeah. Okay, just a moment.
Yeah.
I already FaceTime on camera. Is it connected? Hello. Hello.
Audio is clear, but we can't see you.
Okay, just a moment. I will resetting again. Okay. Okay. Can you see me?
Not yet.
No. Okay. Just a moment. Can you see me? Hello. Hello?
Sorry, we can't.
Just a moment. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. I think I lost my connections. Can you see me now?
Mr. Irabni, sorry,
Hello?
we can't see you. Please kindly disconnect the GoToMeeting connections and re-again connect. Please
Okay.
connect
just a moment.
re-again. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the connection.
Okay. I will. Okay.
Mr. Haramni? Yeah, we can see you. Please share your presentation. Yeah, thank you. Haramni, sorry, we can't hear you. Can you enable your audio? Please unmute your mic and speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear? Hello.
Yeah, we can hear
Can
you.
you hear
Please.
me?
Yeah, we can. Please continue.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sorry for the technical issue during the meetings. So thank you for all of you. It's nice to see you, to see all of you, the INELI Asia, INELI South Asia. Thank you, Mr. Priyanka, for inviting me for this lovely opportunity. And I would like to share about what I have experienced from the INELI ASEAN during 2015 till 2017. My, my main topic is about leading library transformations, library skills and challenges, a case study in Indonesia, particularly widely in ASEAN countries. So this is my profile. I think you have already know me. So what happened before INELI? Okay, this is me before INELI. So, sing something like that. So before INELI, I kind of confused what to do with our libraries, especially the public libraries in Indonesia. Why? Because I will tell you about it later. And you can see the difference before and after the INELI. Okay, INELI ASEAN is the biggest success on accomplishment for me. Why? Because graduating from INELI ASEAN project is just like having a great memories and also creating many friends. And the bottom line is, the most important thing is, I have a new family that support me to become an ASEAN member. So things happen with INELI ASEAN is, the first thing, I learned a lot of lessons, especially on networking, leadership, communication, distance learning management, project management, and writing skills. So there are several. There are time management, understanding various cultures of ASEAN, and commitment to the project. Because INELI is not about myself; it's about teamwork that spread into the several people inside. So there's also a lot of surprise that make me feels that INELI ASEAN is a very, very great opportunity to me to have meet new friends, have a new perspective in library in ASEAN, especially when I'm expanding network. But there also disappointment. What is our disappointment is, there are no INELI ASEAN Cohort 2. There's no more INELI ASEAN. INELI ASEAN is strictly discontinued after us. So we kind of little bit disappointed, but it is our next challenge to become, what can we do after INELI ASEAN? So this is what we are going to do. And after INELI ASEAN, is it mission accomplished? The answer is no. For me as an Indonesian, we are not really far from finished. As you know, this is Indonesia. This is my country. We have approximately about 2 million kilometers square, with a population more than 250. I know we are a lot like you, more than 1 billion population. We are only a quarter of you. So what we do is, library scenario in Indonesia in 2018. We have approximately about 164 and 610 libraries. So we are the second largest libraries infrastructure in the world. And the first is India. India have more than 300,000 libraries according to OCLC, Online Computer Library System in Ohio. So we have more than 164 libraries across Indonesia. And what should we do about it? So we are trying to transform Indonesia, because one of the goals is SDGs. In library, definitely connected with SDGs goals. And one of the highlight is no. just like our keynote speaker said that about green revolution earlier, this mentioned. So we need to advocate the library transformation program is in the direct element as a program of SDGs. It means that library is a prior program to our nations, and that's why we have did it to become a library as a main program of national program in our countries. So we try to make library transforming society to our stakeholders, and we did it. This is the national strategic plan for library transformation in Indonesia. So the point is, library is the main strategic issue, the national strategic issue for our development society. So what we do is we try to design library, so we utilize the community as optional as possible. So for instance, we have three points is place for experience and sharing, and the second is contextual place of learning and place for practicing work skill. So library is not just about information seeking, but also it's also about experience seeking. So library is not an information center again, but it will become an experience center. Leading to the end of service, library has the space for people, for society, with various activity every day. Those what we are going to do. And the perspective of transforming library service is what we want. We want library increase usefulness and improving society's welfare. Those are the first. And what we do, we increase in library's role in central, regional, with ministry and education institutional levels to empowerment society in libraries. And what we need to increase collections, we need to get access to collections, we need to improve human resources budget and facilities of libraries itself. So these three is what we are going to do. So there are 4 transformations, what we expect. The first one, at least, there are access to library materials. Those are the first. And second, community benefit from library to share their experience and training skills or obtain skills and work to improve their welfare. And the thirdly is library becomes space of communal activity and synergy. And the fourth is in the future, library will improve community welfare and human development index ranking in the next 5 or 15 years in Indonesia. So this is also our grand strategy, what we have done in Indonesia. So we have working committees, partnership, legal, organizational, evaluation, monitoring, communication, access to knowledge, training and accomplishment, and working facilities. This is what we do in Indonesia to transforming libraries. So as earlier mentioned about village libraries, yes, village library is the main target of our program. So administrator, we try to create, to energize village library with low regional government, national library also include, and the private sector. We give them accountability, assistance, advocacy, and we try to involve community as a library user partners. Those are the point entry of our program. So what are those skills that they need for library transforming libraries? So this is quite complicated because INELI is answering all of these skills. What INELI makes librarian as professional information specialists that can manage digital libraries, not only digital, but also with community, with data mining. INELI give the library opportunity to become library is a hyper connectivity that connect people's individual government through the provision with social media, streaming, storytelling. Library also continue to be a place for information access and new knowledge is created and fostering personal for development individuals, facilities innovation for individual, community, and organizations. Those what INELI is, INELI ASEAN gave me a new perspective about library. So, how library Indonesia serve in library facing challenge in the next 40 years. So this is what INELI gave me. INELI gave me a little bit knowledge about how to planning the library for the next in the future. So INELI gave me a lot of things. One of the newest thing is a new strategy on advocacy. What we're going to input that library is a mandatory issues for every government, local government, and we did it with the Act number 23, year 2014. We mentioned that library is an issue that every local government from province or states and regency level, through its policy, every government should provide adequate facilities and budget for public library in their territory. And it is obligated for every local government. So what we do next is, on advocacy through law and regulations, we try to make a policy that focus library become is important not only for people but also for society, and also what earlier this mentioned about the social movement is education, and library is one of it. So we also convincing our stakeholder like Library Indonesia is important, is a part of developing our nations, and we also rebranding our library not only for information center but also knowledge center for transforming society and community. That's what we are doing. I know that for the last part of my presentation, Library Indonesia at the present time maybe not the largest, and we're also not the best, but we will continue to improve in the future. We will always learn that from all nations, including all of you in India, especially you are one of the greatest library infrastructure. You have doubled than us your library numbers. So we need to collaborate. What is your issue and library throughout the world, and therefore let us collaborate, such as to be able to give the best contribution for better life and for better world. And I will show you about this is what we do to transforming libraries. We have to gaining the remote access to Indonesian society. We have horse, we have tricycles, we have motor pustaka, the bicycle, and we have carriage. And the last presentation is I would like to share you about what we have done, the impact of the our national program, the Library Transforming Society, Library Transforming Library program. I hope you can know what we have done in Indonesia. This is just a short movie.
Ya, panggil saja Mbak Teni. Saya tinggal di Sragen. Saya ibu rumah tangga anak. Sehari-hari saya mengurus rumah dan keluarga. Hobi saya membaca dan membuat kerajinan tangan. Karenanya perpustakaan adalah salah satu tempat favorit saya. Di perpustakaan, selain buku, saya menemukan fasilitas internet komputer yang saya pakai mencari ide-ide untuk berkreasi. Berawal dari hobi, tadinya hanya untuk mengisi waktu bosan, semakin lama kreasi yang saya hasilkan semakin banyak. Akhirnya saya beri nama kerajinan tangan saya Times Collection dan menjualnya. Tapi karena sama sekali tidak memiliki pengetahuan soal berjualan, saya makin rajin ke perpustakaan. Saya ikut kegiatan yang diselenggarakan seru. Selain itu, saya juga semakin rajin mencari inspirasi di internet agar selalu update. Berkat fasilitas dari perpustakaan, saya mengubah hobi jadi rezeki. Sekarang, Times Collection menghasilkan 2-5 juta per bulan. Selain itu, sekarang saya juga sering menerima undangan berbagi pengetahuan untuk membantu orang lain berkembang.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's all. Thank you for this lovely opportunity. Thank you very much.
INELI innovators from Cohort 1 and 2, being the trailblazers of the project, will share their experiences now. Ms. P.K. Shobana is working as the state library in the state central library in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. It is one of the oldest public library in the country. The library now functions under the Higher Education Department as a separate independent department. Now I invite her to speak.
Shobna, we can't hear you.
Hello, everybody. Very good morning. I'm very happy to have an opportunity to talk about, as an innovator, what I have done. So I am going to present some of the works I had interested in. I joined the INELI program in 2016, and I want to say that it was a very memorable thing of my professional career, because one of the main thing I came to know about the public library system in India. Actually, I was working the library for about more than 10 years, but all the librarians in their own capacity is working something in their own. So we don't have a chance to share or what is happening in the library field, especially in the public library field, is totally in the darkness. So after joining there, I didn't know how to express that kind of enthusiasm that in all our innovators are there. So many things we learned, so many things we practiced, so many things we got exposure to after visiting Melbourne like public libraries, and all over all the conferences. We got exposure from what's happening in the public library fields, and what are the importance and what is the role public libraries has to perform in India. And as a developing country, we have a great role to develop and encourage the SDG activities for lots of our development activities. So we had copied some of the works of the other libraries, or we got inspired by the activities. So I am just some of the slides which are very crest of the works, because I know that there won't be much time to share. There are people they also wanted to share something. So I wanted to share what I have done in the public library field in our library. So my library is a very old one. It's 1829 it started. One of the thing I focused on the infrastructure development. So after joining there, I had have the experience to have designed a new library building that was this Monday it will start to function. Also, some of the very much acclaimed children's park, which is a gathering for children on each holidays, and lots of activities is occurring. So State Central Library become a hub to come for the children and also the young people throng around the libraries for their both for their entertainment, also for the learning experiences. So they don't have a space before that. So it's so crowded in our library. Next. Next is one of the unique service which I started as in that also in the infrastructure field. That is the services of in SMS states in State Central Library. That is also in first time in India we have started the SMS services, and also we had digitized all our collections, especially the desert collection. That is one of the largest in India. For that, gazette is very important thing that people, lots of the government people and also the local people always needed this document. So State Central Library has digitized and made available for the public. That was a very great work of the library. Next is our public libraries should be inclusive to all the communities. So State Central Library put forward an example for that. That is to giving transgender a separate identity and give them and recognizing them as another gender as like men and women. That's the first time. So my work always got recognized, and I was invited in the as like any other people in the literary field or other shares. And also we had collaborated with lots of government institutions in our state. Also recently British Council division has handed over their collection to us, and also they wanted to cooperate with our in all other works. So that also very great honor to us. And presently we are concentrating. This is very innovative way of a program. That is why I am showing this. We started one reading challenge program. It was very great success, and this year onwards we had added 2 more programs. That is the reading spring for the children for English books, and also a Penvaina Kut, that means reading women's forum, that also registering lots of women for this program, and also future programs. As a future program, we would like more on strengthening community development in the existing society, and being more inclusive programs to be introduced, and also commitment to implement the UN SDGs in our libraries, especially in climate change, which is very important for the state of Kerala, because it suffers a lot from the recent climate change and its effects, and also the environmental activities. So I am concluding my this presentation. Thanks for inviting me for this presentation.
Thank you, Ms. Shobna. Thank you for sharing your experience and letting us know a lot of information about the State Central Library of Thiruvananthapuram. Next is Dr. Deepamala. Dr. Deepamala is working in Vedapatti Village Library at Coimbatore. She has more than 20 years of experience. She is one of the INELI innovator from Cohort 1. She has also published many papers in the field of library service.
Good morning, one and all present here. I would like to dedicate this presentation to Professor Sir and Dr. Sadi Sir and MSS sort of team, who are the backbone of this transformation. Help them. So before INELI, I was really very fearful. I'm not talkative. I look like a rural woman. I always depend others to do things. No skill improvement. I never cross Tamil Nadu. No scope for about my future. I lead an average lifestyle. Even in professional, I was thinking that I chosen wrong department as my career, and somewhat planning to shift some other department. No goal, no plan achievement. So I understand who I am, why I'm sitting at this designation, what I'm going to do and all. So in 2013, I have conducted World Book Day celebration. We took a lot of initiatives in that time. So if the reports have been submitted to our district library officer, Karthikeyan sir. He observed and he asked me to apply for the INELI program. So I have done it. I never thought that I would select for this program. I have selected. I really happy about that. And first convening conducted in Chennai, we met to 26 librarian in Raintree Hotel. There we had a lot of fun and learning activities. Really, it was wonderful learning opportunity for us. It was a chance to reanalyze our strengths and weakness and all. We boosted up and we returned home with lot of energy, and immediately we started a WhatsApp group among peer librarians. We shared whatever the things happened in our library, and we appreciated others. We also motivated from other librarians, and simultaneously we had opportunity to learn from module exercises. We really understood our leadership qualities from these exercises. We had a wonderful team of mentorship. They always supported us and guided us for the things to do. Then we had a chance to participate in IPLC 2016 and 17. We could see how our data and how our work reflect in that conferences. So then lot of learning opportunities we had. We participated in NDL workshop training on the topic specific to understanding self, community engagement and ownership, strengthening our community services, how we can capture stories from these services and all. And even we connected with localizing UN SDG goals, Indian national priorities in public libraries. And we also learned about engaging children in library. Finally, we had a trip to Goa and we learned a lot from the Goa State Central Library. We are always learned the things from the syllabus, but we here directly observed about the indexing services, preservation, abstracting services, everything we learned from there. Really, it was a wonderful opportunity for us. And another library, book farm library, it's really wonderful. With limited resources, with limited fund support, they are doing excellent community services. So with this learning, I had simultaneously I took some steps in our library. First, I had started literacy forum activity in our library as keeping the concept public libraries are people's university. So I give place for learning and discussion. Then counseling also we are doing for mothers, elders. This is very specific service to the community. And place for directing job opportunity in Vedapati library. I will collect what are the job opportunity available. I'll keep a list and then I'll direct to the job seekers who register with us. And place and health and mental awareness, children reading awareness. So far we have completed 6 schools. Entrepreneurship guidance programs also going. And infrastructure development also is happened with the support of IPLM. We are received systems and we are providing free internet services to the community. So how we could done all this? We just coordinate volunteers, partners, and facilitating all the services in our library premises itself. So our partners are PSG Health Institution is supporting us to carry over health-related issues and all, and Rural Polytechnic, PSG Rural Polytechnic College and Oleum Trust. Both are, we had some understanding with them. They are supporting us health, education related short and long term course related certificate courses. They are providing for our library users, and we are spreading all these informations through this women's self-help group. They are spreading and benefit to more women candidates, and this is our result. So we are taking literacy services through literacy forum activities. This is very result-oriented, impacted in individual lives. One example, a person who aged 50 plus is completed his BA degree graduation at a stretch 15 papers under our guidance. Each one is we are going to develop as a change story. One story is already submitted for publication. Then this is the children programs. We are doing a lot of children programs. This is one specific program, library tour. Library tour is very specific because most of the students are coming from poorly background. They are not even go outside from the home, always going to school and coming back. No summer holiday enjoyment, vacations and all, go out anything. So I arranged 2 programs for them. Every summer vacations we'll arrange one place to visit and learning purpose. Codicia, science regional centers and district center library, book exhibition and all. So the children are happy and learned many things from that. And this is our health awareness programs. The one program, Food and Habit and its medicinal values, also published, presented in an international conference. It badged first prize, best paper prize for that presentation. Our supporting a team, we had a list of volunteers to support for carry over all these activities in our library. So through these services, it has really happened transformation in our library and library services and community. And myself, I changed a lot of, even I'm presenting this presentation in front of you is a big transformation. Excuse me, what? So now I'm more confident, positive. I'm setting small goals and working on it. Even I applied my learnings into my practical life. I could clear UGC NET exam, applying all these strategies, time management, goal set, working towards goals, everything. So it has happened, transformation. I'm tutoring classes for CLI course and BA psychology. I'm doing publication, presentations, change story, and even writing article, what I implemented in our library. The preparing for competitive exams also is going. So transformation is happened in our library, community, and myself. So my suggestion for the Cohort 3 members, please give your full involvement to the Moodle learning, do cross-learning and implement into the practical field. You would realize the change, contribute to the strength and the network. Don't shrink into your single library, contribute for the global transformation through public library system. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, Dr. Deepamala. Your experience will be a real boost to the other innovators. Next is Mr. A. Sairam. Mr. A. Sairam has successfully completed 26 years of service in the Public Library Department of Government of Tamil Nadu. He currently serves as librarian grade 2 in Tiruvannamalai district. He took stern effort in enrolling more than 1,000 members and patrons and has received many awards. I invite you, sir. Come.
Good morning, everybody, and my special namaskarams to Professor Sir and Dr. Shadi Sir. And I am Sairam from District Central Library, Tiruvannamalai. So myself before INELI is so much, lots are there in the picture. Procrastination is there. Infra and books arrangements in the library was unsatisfactory before INELI. And lack of cooperation between my staff and programs are event-based. And no proper plan for all the things, and no proper training for us, and no proper documentation for all these things, and lack of support from my higher-ups, and no partners and volunteer engagements, no space management, and no appreciation before my INELI. So these are I stepped this as opportunities. I took all these things as opportunities. And how did I transform after INELI? I got into INELI, got proper leadership skill training from the INELI, and better understanding with higher ups, and many capacity building programs to my staff I conducted, and built cooperation between my staff. So which strengthened my teamwork and my vision and mission framed. So developed library development plan for a year, and I worked out for it. So I engaged some partners and volunteers for physical and financial purposes. And the events became services in my library. So events became services in my library, and appreciation and awards came automatically. So what are the failures in transformation as stepping stones for success? Is mentality differs between core staffs, and getting permission from higher authorities, and fundraising, getting partners, volunteers management, time management, space management, and fixing guest of honors, transformation of libraries beyond books, recipient of awards and recognitions are the failures in the beginning. After the transformation in my life, what are all the transformation after getting into the INELI is co-creating my library as knowledge learning centers for the Tiruvannamalai communities. So my library is not only a library, it is a knowledge transformation center. And integrating UN SDG goals with national and state priorities, and advocating the change. That was a great change. That was a great transformation in my library. So apart from this, 1 lakh membership I was enrolled in our library, in our district. So this is the greatest achievement in our district, 1 lakh membership enrollment in our libraries. So as a woman empowerment programs, certified tailoring courses we have conducted. So this third batch is going on. Nearly 45 poor women got the certificate trained, and 17 women started their own business. So this, I have one video. After finishing this, I will play it. And men for empowerment program, vocational training we are conducting, AC, fridge, washing machine mechanism. Now I have started computer hardware mechanism also. So one batch, nearly 30 unemployed poor youth benefited by this, and 13 youth started in their own business. They have earning them. And plant clinic. This is actually my inspiration is Professor Sir. So plant clinic we have conducted in our area, North Ambundi. It is a nearby village from Tiruvannamalai. Nearly 532 farmers were benefited by this plant clinic. So many, at the same time, we have audio advisory and helpline also for them. So 162 farmers are using this audio advisory. They are every Wednesday and Friday, they are getting advices from the MSSRF as well as Central Library as audio advisories. So soil and water testing awareness we have conducted with the supporting of MSSRF. 58 farmers benefited by this type of work. And health awareness programs we are conducted. So eye camps, nearly 3 to 4 eye camps we have conducted. Nearly 638 people were benefited by this. And dental camps, 356 students from a government school has benefited from this. And we have taken anemia eradication camp. So nearly 3 schools we have covered. 300 girls at Shanmuga Government Higher Secondary School nearby Tiruvannamalai, in which 80% are founded as anemic girls. And 122 girls at Government Aided High School at Karungali Kuppam, it is nearby Tiruvannamalai, and 55% are anemic in there. And 150 girls at Government High School, Keel Sirupakam, 47% are anemic. For these students, we have given parental guidance, counseling also with the doctors from Government Medical College, and we are supporting with some dates, with folic acid tablets and all things we are giving, and we are following it also. So free competition exam coaching classes are conducting in our library. Our centers produced 2 IPS officers as well as 23 others in various government departments. So integrating UN SDGs in my public library like this. And these are the appreciations and awards we got from the states and state. So this is the greatest achievement after I involved in the INELI program. So please play that tailoring video. So this is the impact what we did in our district central library.
வணக்கம் சார், நான் வந்து திருவண்ணாமலை நீங்கள் மாவட்ட மைய நூலகத்திலேருந்து வந்து டெய்லரிங் கிளாஸ் ஃப்ரீயாக சொல்லி கொடுத்தாங்க. அங்கே கற்றுட்டு ரொம்ப எனக்கு பயனுள்ளதாக இருக்குது. நான் இது வரைக்கும் கற்றுனதில்லை, இங்கே வந்து ஃப்ரீயாக சொன்னதுனால நான் ரொம்ப பயன்படுறேன். எனக்கு ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்குது. சுடிதாரு, ப்ளவுஸு எல்லாமே வெளியே போய் நம்ம கொடுத்தோம்னா ரொம்ப அதிகமாக இருக்கும். நாங்கள் இங்கே வந்து இந்த மாதிரி மாடல் ப்ளவுஸ்லாம் நம்ம தைச்சிருக்கோம். இது ஒரு ப்ளவுஸ் இருக்கு, இது ஃபர்ஸ்டா தைச்சது. இது வந்து 2வது மாடலாக நான் தைச்சிருக்கிறேன் ப்ளவுஸு. இது தைச்சதுனால எங்கள் வீட்டில் அம்மா, சிஸ்டரு, அப்பாவுக்குலாம் நான் நல்லா தைச்சி தந்துருக்கேன். அப்பாவுக்கும் ஷர்ட்டுங்க தைச்சி கொடுத்துருக்குறேன். சுடிதாரும் எங்கள் சிஸ்டர் தைச்சி கொடுத்துருக்குறேன். ப்ளவுஸு அம்மாவுக்கு எல்லாருக்குமே தைச்சி கொடுத்துருக்கேன். இது தைச்சதுனால நான் மாதத்துக்கு 1000 ரூபாய் 2000 ரூபாய் இந்த மாதிரி சம்பாதிக்கிறேன். எங்கள் வீட்லேயும் நான் வெளியே கொடுத்து தைச்சிருந்தேன்னா வருஷத்துக்கு 10,000 ரூபாய் அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய அதிகமாக எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் வச்சு இந்த மாதிரி ட்ரெஸ்ஸுங்க தைக்கிறதுக்கு டெய்லரிங்கே கொடுக்குறதுக்கு நிறைய அதிகமாக நாங்கள் அமௌண்ட் கொடுத்துருந்தோம். இங்கே வந்து நான் கற்றுறதுனால எங்கள் வீட்டில் கொஞ்சம் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ்லாம் கொஞ்சம் குறைஞ்சிச்சு. இங்கே வந்து கற்றுறதுனால எனக்கு ரொம்ப பயனுள்ளதாக இருக்குது. இப்போ இந்த ப்ளவுஸ் கற்றுக்கினேன். நெக்ஸ்ட்டு நான் வந்து ஆரியா ஒர்க் கற்றுட்டு இருக்கிறேன். இப்போ 6 மாதம் முடிஞ்சிச்சு எங்களுக்கு கோர்ஸு. நெக்ஸ்ட்டு நம்ம ஆரியா ஒர்க் வந்து கற்றுன்னு இருக்கோம். கூட எங்களுக்கு வந்து எங்கள் சார் வந்து எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஹேண்ட் ஒர்க்லாம் எங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்துக்கிறாரு. கைடுன்றது வயருங்க, குறைஷா வயருங்க, காது போகிற கம்பலுங்க, எல்லா ஒர்க்கும் எங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுத்துக்கிறாங்க. ரொம்ப பயனுள்ளதாக இருக்குது.
So this is the impact created by our central library after coming into INELI. And another one is there for plant clinic. So this is another impact of our library. Plant clinic.
வணக்கம், என் பேர் பாபு. நார்த்தாமூலியை சேர்ந்த விவசாயி. நான் வந்து நிலத்தில் பயிர் வச்சுருக்கோம். எம்எஸ் சுவாமிநாதன் அறக்கட்டளை மூலமா, இன்னும் லைப்ரரி மூலமா நிறைய விஷயங்கள் தெரிஞ்சு அவங்க சொல்கிறதுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி உரங்கள் வாங்கி போடுறோம். புதன்கிழமை வெள்ளிக்கிழமை வாய்ஸ் மெசேஜ் வருது எங்களுக்கு. அதை வச்சு நிறைய டீட்டெயில் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறோம். அதேமாதிரி மெடிக்கல் கேம்ப் நடத்தியிருந்தாங்க நார்த்தாமூண்டி கிராமத்தில். எம்எஸ் சுவாமிநாதன் அறக்கட்டளை மூலமா லைப்ரரி மூலமா வந்து நடத்தியிருந்தாங்க. அது எங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்தது. அது மாதிரி தேவையான டீட்டெயில் வந்து நாங்கள் லைப்ரரிக்கு போயிட்டு அவங்க மூலியம் கான்டாக்ட் பண்ணி எம்எஸ் சுவாமிநாதன் மூலயமா இந்த உரங்கள் போடுங்க, நிறைய விளைச்சல் கிடைக்கும்னு சொன்னாங்க. அது மாதிரி செஞ்சோம். இப்போ நாங்கள் நார்மலாக செஞ்சதோட இப்போ 2 மூட்டை 3 மூட்டை அதிகமாக எங்களுக்கு விளைச்சல் வந்து விளைஞ்சிருக்கு. நூலகத்து மூலயமா எம்எஸ் சுவாமிநாதன் அறக்கட்டளை மூலயமா நிறைய நாங்கள் பெனிஃபிட் தெரிஞ்சுருக்கோம். அது மாதிரி புதன்கிழமை வெள்ளிக்கிழமை வாய்ஸ் மெசேஜ் வருது எங்களுக்கு. அது மூலயமா நிறைய அட்வான்ஸ் தகவல்லாம் தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறோம். வணக்கம் சார்.
So I think this is the samples of our impact of libraries after transforming from INELI. And this is a great opportunity for me, which Dr. Shadi sir have given, and a wonderful support from MSRF team for us. Thank you very much for everything. Thank you very much.
I'd just like to add one point here. This was very much surprising for all of us. Each of the innovators were able to deliver the services in the public libraries by mobilizing funds in local partnerships. And they are trying to make it as self-sustaining as possible. So it's turning out to be a very dynamic system by itself. Each library is becoming its own powerhouse, trying to build inclusive societies. I just wanted to add that point here.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, Mr. Sairam. It's great that you're contributing so much to the SDG goals. Now I invite Professor M.S. Swaminathan, the founder of MSSRF, to deliver the inaugural address.
Well, I'm extremely happy to listen and to see what has been happening. And really, within 4 years, what usually we consider library as a collection of books, a collection of reports and so on. From that status to a transformation agent in the totality of life is a great change. And I'm happy that those who are in charge of this program have developed it so well. It should be meaningful to people. I recall when I was at the Indian Agriculture Research Institute, the IRA library was one of the best in the world, and the librarian was a source of information. But we consider at that time the library was considered to be a source of only information, not something which stimulates projects, stimulates action, and so on. And Dr. Ranganathan in Delhi University started a different concept of library for some time. And I also, when I was director of IRI, I told every project leader 5% of the budget should go to the library, but not the conventional library of buying books and storing and so on. So I think the library as a source of transformation agent has now become completely operationalized through INELI. And I'm so happy to see how it is proceeding. What is important is you have written there the 17 goals of the Sustainable Development Goals. They are now going to be the ones which guide action, because we consider that all our work should be sustainable, economically sustainable, environmentally sustainable, and above all socially sustainable in terms of gender justice and gender equity. I was happy to see also some of the reports on the empowerment of women is exceedingly important. So the library through INELI has become source of transformation of society. And I think those who conceived of INELI, I congratulate them, because I think we have been always thinking library as you go there, and the librarian did not receive much respect. He was just a custodian of some books, and therefore you go and come. But today, to consider librarian not as just a custodian of books, but a custodian of a transformation in the village in terms of occupation and so on, is a very great transformation. And I wish the INELI movement progress, and I'm happy that it has also become a focus for cooperation within the country and among countries like Indonesia and so on. It's very important because one can learn a lot from each other. Thank you, Priyanka, for done. And I hope the rest of the program will go very well. But let me, as one who has been interested in this topic, I won't take too much time. The fact, for example, give you an example, not because of mine. The IRA library is one of the best in the world. And 2 years ago, suddenly they said that they're changing the name to Swaminathan Library. I said, why the IRA library becomes Swaminathan Library? Because we looked at the records, and during periods of time, this whole concept of the library was changed and progress. So what I am trying to say is library should not be just the people who prepare a project, they will put some money for library, but it should be more than just collection of books. It should be a collection of ideas, collection of exchange of material, exchange of information, and above all, a tool for cooperation among institutions. Thank you very much.
I invite Mr. Binoy Matthew. Binoy Matthew is a librarian at Vallapatnam Gram Panchayat Library under Department of Panchayat in Kannur district, Kerala. Since September 2004, he has undergone 7 days international training program on INELI at National Library Board, Singapore, during November 2018, which was promoted and sponsored by MSSRF India. He is instrumental to effectively transform the public library to a people's university by disseminating information and knowledge to all categories of people. I invite Mr. Binoy Matthew for the presentation.
Respected our great visionary M.S. Swaminathan sir, even if he is not here, and Shadi sir, Anil Kumar sir, and Priyanka led our great MSSRF team and INELians and newcomers to our INELI family. Very lucky persons. Green greetings to all. Just share my experience as a village librarian, Panchayat librarian. Before going to the great impact of INELI in my life and my library, just I want to share some points of the background of where I am working. Vallapatnam in Kerala, in Kannur district, the northern part of Kerala, is the smallest Grama Panchayat in Kerala. And the total population is only 2.04 square kilometers, and the population is only 7,955. And the majority, 80% of the population is Muslim community, minority community, and is comparatively educationally very backward compared to the other parts of Kerala. In employment rate, women very far behind of the Kerala state average. And Panchayat library is getting a very abysmally small role in my department, because Kerala is known for its very great network of library under library council, and library has a very great role in the historical development of socio-economic and political development of Kerala. But in Panchayat department, only 69 full-time libraries out of 33,000 employees in Panchayat department, only 69 single librarians in Panchayat department library. It is, and no special code of conduct for the running of Panchayat library. When I joined my library in 2004, the situation is, everybody says we can see librarian everywhere, but except in library. That is the situation. Librarians were assigned in Panchayat offices to do the clerical jobs. My library is under Panchayat department, and 69. This is the even the Panchayat library do not have a bank account, no separate budget, and only one staff. When I joined, there is no library committee, but 11-member library committee. Then after I constituted, and this is the picture where I'm joined. At that time, it is a very decayed building in 2004. 2016 is the turning point. Actually, I have a strong attitude to change my library and my situation, and took my library into the limelight of Kerala society. But my skill and my knowledge base and my network and my supporting team, there were not in that time. But after 2016, is a very, very important change in my life. I came into the field of INELI and INELIAN's family, getting a lot of idea, insights, and a good friendship and good team members and mentors. And on account of this, my confidence level to communicate even to the ministry, to develop my situation, the entire library situation. And all these platforms, already the members from the INELIANS already said about all these things: convening network among stakeholders and peer groups, trainings, sharings, cross-learnings. Then after, they find out the community demand, and to turn the library to satisfy the demands and impact upon the community is my priority. Then formed 5 different forums under my library: forum for children, forum for women, forum for senior citizens, and youth forum, and cultural forum. At the time when I joined, only 30 to 40 members were in my library at that time. At present, it touches 1,000 members. And when I joined my library, the only 1% of the population anywhere touch with my library, but presently it is 16% of the population anyway touch with my library. And my ambition is before 2020, the percentage improved to 50% of the population to connect with my library. And the main problem we face is when we support children to come to library, but the seniors or parents didn't allow them to go to library, especially girl children. Then it is necessary to start parental training, and we started under Forum for Women a parental training in the name of parental school under my library. And 7 programs we conducted under Forum for Women. That's a very good change. In the last year, 2019, one mother, in Umma, in Muslim name, one Umma came to my library and said me, I trusted your library and you, therefore only I allow my girl child to go with you for a tour, library tour. This is the wonderful change I feel. My library now very trusted. And Forum for Senior Citizens, Youth Forum. Youth Forum is now running the competitive examination coaching program of my library. Already 92 persons from different walks of life now got jobs in government services, states and central railway and other services. 92% got job. And cultural forum, various cultural activities were conducted and cultural forums. This is the great INELI impact and the children's program. When I joined INELI 2016-17, only 20 programs were conducted under my library. But then after, with a confident librarian, as a confident librarian, the number and the various types of programs and a sustainable way to conduct a program, this number is very increased. And the total, the last year 2017 18 and 19, the total number of children participating in my library program is touching 2000. And various programs, children's film festival. In first I said it is a Muslim majority area, and film or children's film fest is a very challenging experiment in that area, and a good number of children participated in that program. There's a women forum, major activities, 6 different programs. This is 2016-17 program, not updated, and 6 different programs. 319 participants were participated in the program. This is a picture of various programs we conducted. Senior citizens program. At the time, there were no a chance to get together in the area of in the old ages persons. But after we started the senior citizen program, it is a very good start for the marginalized persons in that group. And youth forum, I already said different programs we conducted. Competitive examination coaching program. This is 2017-18 story, but now it is 92% got job in that program. Cultural shore center, cultural activities regularly. Every month there will be a program in my library. Number of programs, the Great INELI Impact 22, 2017-18, the total number of programs 52, and the number of participants 56% of change. UN SDGs, various programs were connected with the UN goals, especially Environmental Day. Our Gram Panchayat is situated very near to Valavattanam, the Valavattanam river. It is the huge river in the northern part of Kerala, and a lot of mangroves forests are there. Then the protection of mangroves forests is a very important ecological interventions. Then libraries regularly intervene. The last year we planted around 400 mangroves plants in that area with the support of our youth forum. 2019, a brief change happened in the library, not under library council, but the library council awarded our library, district library council awarded in 2018 as the best library. Librarian got honored by the community after INELI Singapore convened. My local community honored me after coming back from the Singapore convene. In the recently, the last week, I got the AL Academic Library Association. Even if my library is not in the community academic library association, but they given the Best Library, Best Young Librarian Award of 2019 last week to me. And many success stories happened only by the guidance and mentorship through the INELI. Now I am confident, I am very proud that librarian is equal to an innovator, can transform the community. This is a very good example of how my community convinced the library as a very inevitable institution in my area. When I joined my service in 2004, the library building is a very old decade building. And last year, 2018, my Panchayat board allotted a new building. It's not new building, but is a purpose, a different purpose building to storage building, and early building handed over for the functioning of library in 2018. And our MLA allotted 36 lakhs to develop the library as a green and a modern library. And we are going ahead to reach to the community, 100% my community under my library. Thank you all.
Increasing the number of members in the library and doing so many developmental activities is not a small thing, Mr. Binoy. Thank you for sharing your experience. Next, I invite Ms. Girija from MSSRF to deliver the oath of thanks. She is a development professional cum plant doctor. Her contribution in the establishment of VRCs and community-based VKCs in MSSRF is noteworthy.
Actually, it is very happy to see the progression of INELI from Cohort 1, Cohort 2, and then the international cohort, who is actually replicating the work we did as village knowledge concept. Is being replicated in the library as repositioning the public library as knowledge learning center by empowering and strengthening the leadership ability of the innovators, maybe the cohort members and then the public libraries with the help of stakeholders, partnership, etc. I deem it a great honor to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. First and foremost, I would like to thank Dr. Shadi sir, INELI chair and founder of IPLM Trust New Delhi, who joined us in this and graced this occasion, as well as always helped us, encouraged us, and showed a great path to lead the librarians in a right way to have a achievement. And also I thank the INELI Asian Innovator, Mr. Irami Ali, who is the Chief Library Data Scientist from National Library of Indonesia, for sharing his experience as well as helping us to know how the network can move ahead in future. And I also thank our cohort members from Cohort 1 and Cohort 2 who came all along the way, as well as helped us to innovate, continue, as well as connect the communities. We are also grateful to our founder, Dr. Swaminathan sir, for his word of encouragement, as well as we would like to thank him for his continuous support and guidance. And special gratitude our executive director and strategic lead Priyanka, our team members and technical team members and all other members who have worked hard as well as encouraged us and contributed a lot for this occasion and become a memorable one. And also I thank and congratulate the Cohort 3 members. And I also ask them to use this opportunity, explore yourself, and improve progressive thinking, collaborate with global network, as well as serve the community. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All of you, welcome back to the virtual convening next section. I would like to Ms. Girija to, before we start the self-introduction section, I would like to Ms. Girija to introduce the INELI South Asia mentors.
First, I will introduce Dr. Pramila. Dr. Pramila is a chartered librarian with more than 30 years of work experience in university and research libraries. She holds a PhD in information management from Leeds Metropolitan University, UK. Currently, she serves as a chief librarian of the Institute of Policy Studies in Sri Lanka. Pramila is an experienced professional who has contributed to a range of local and international organizations, including the International Federation of Library Association and Institution, Access to Learning Award of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, National Center for Advanced Studies in Humanities and Social Sciences in Sri Lanka. Pramila's work is recognized internationally, and she is the first Sri Lankan to be awarded the Honorary Fellowship of Chartered Institute of Library and Information Professionals, UK, for her efforts to extend library and information services to youth in the remote regions of Sri Lanka and her deep commitment to fostering education. She has authored, co-authored, pre-journaled review articles and represented the country at a number of international forums. Pramila currently serves in the editorial panel of the high-profile journal issues that are focused on information development. Thank you, Pramila ji.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
We can hear all innovators, but not the MSSRF, I think.
I also can hear.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we can't see you.
It's okay, but we are seeing you. You can share your experience.
Now I can see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction, but there's a small correction to my workplace. It's not Institute of Policy Studies. It's Verite Research Sri Lanka. It's also a research organization, mostly focus on analytics, on economics and political sciences. Regarding INELI, as Priyanka mentioned earlier, it was very tough process of selecting all the innovators. We had long interviews, lot of issues with connections and all, but finally we are there and very happy to see you all here today. And more than anything, very amazed to hear all the stories of the past innovators, how they have done, the challenges they have explained, which all over the world we all are experiencing even right now, like Dr. Shadi very well mentioned about the connectivity issues. So this is a great opportunity. I have met many innovators previously at other forums. For an example, Indonesian Irahami at one of the IFLA event. And also after their cohorts, I have met at some other forums, and it's so nice to hear, and it is a wonderful opportunity, excellent opportunity, especially for public librarians. So it's up to you. It's not just MSSRF. It's up to you. They guide you. We are there to help you. And it's up to you to take it like the others. I'm sure after the course, you all will be able to change, transform you yourselves, your libraries, as a result, the society. I wish you all the good luck and happy to be there with you all till the course ended and after that as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Pramila ma'am. Apart from Pramila ji, there are 5 more mentors for this cohort 3 members. Ms. Sharawat from Bangladesh, Ms. Shaya Sharma and Dr. Niza, Dr. Deepak Kumar, and Dr. Parthasarathy Das. They will be mentoring this cohort 3 members. Thank you. They are not available.
Okay, thank you, Pramila ji. Next, we will move on to the self-introduction of INELI South Asia cohort members. Just I would like to Okay, thank you, Pramilaji, for sharing of your experience. So next, we will move on to the self-introduction of INELI South Asia Cohort innovators. Just we would like to hear from you the brisk and precise self-introduction in 3 minutes due to time constraints. So we will call the innovator's name, then you will speak. First, I would like to call the innovators from Bangladesh, Mr. Almoon.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, we can hear you. Please continue.
Yes, thank you so much. I am Almoon Havadar. I am from Bangladesh, and I'm working as a librarian in a district government public library. And I have completed my graduation and post-graduation. South Asia program. I think it's a great opportunity for all of us, especially who are working in public libraries. I think it's a great chance for us to enhance our leadership skills or to learn a lot from our counterparts who are working in India and South Asia countries as a librarian. So I think it's a great potential for all of us, especially for public librarians, to share our experiences and we want to know and we will be able to know from others what they're doing for their libraries, what they're making plans for their innovative services. So I think personally I benefited from this site and from this module. So I think obviously it's a great chance for all of us. And especially, I'm very happy today to connect it and to get acquainted with all of my mentors, guests, and all of my partners who take part today in our virtual meeting. And at last, I want to thank you all of my mentors and partners and I am looking forward to see all of you in our face-to-face convening. So thank you all. And in future, we'll meet together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Almoon. Next, we would like to hear from Mr. Rishikesh Paul.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yeah, we
Hello?
can. Yeah, we can. We can hear you.
Thank you. I'm Rishikesh Pal from Bangladesh. I am working with the Government Public Library, Cox's Bazar, District Government Public Library, Cox's Bazar. I am happy, very happy to be a member of INELI family, and also it is a great opportunity for me to be INELI innovators. I think I will learn from INELI modules a lot for about personal development and also my career or professional development. Now I am working some things on my library. You know that book reading habits or reading habits are becoming very low rate. So I am working to increase reading habits, especially in children's and school going students. For this, I am going to going to take some initiatives. I will share it later, and I also going to start a computer programming course for school going students and college students so that they can come here and use my libraries. for this purpose. Hope all the innovators, I am looking forward to meet you and have a good time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Rishikesh. Next, Mr. Kamrul. Kindly share what would you like to, what changes would you like to bring to your library for the cause of community? Unmute your mic and speak, Mr. Kamrul. Sorry, we can't hear you. Unmute your mic.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me now? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Please continue.
Thank you very much. I am Muhammad Kamrul Hassan. I'm from Bangladesh. I work with the government, district government public library, Feni. It is belongs to Ministry of Cultural Affairs, Department of Public Libraries. I have completed my graduation degree and post-graduation degree from Department of Information Science and Library Management, University of Dhaka. It is great opportunity and it is a splendid opportunity for my lifetime to join with you, the INELI team and INELI South Asia and India. When I missed the program to apply earlier, I have frustrated that I missed something special. And then when I realized it will be a great program for me and for my professions, and then I knocked the INELI team, and they have given a great opportunity to apply after the duration time. And I'm grateful to the INELI team. And I'm working with the district government public library Feni, and I have taken many special initiatives to increase my user in my library. That is programming language for children, and that is Kano computers. And there is a program to outreach program for children and students. Outside of our district to include to increase reading habits. That is emailing, and there is a program of there is a program of information literacy taken by our library, and to organize our very special days in our life, in our countries, national days, art competition and TC competition in view to increase our students and increase our readers in our library. And I will take many programs in our library earlier in future. Thank you, everybody, to give me express my gratitude and express my opinion. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kamrul. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Khalid Muhammad Safiullah. Mr. Khalid.
Hello, everyone. I am Khalid Muhammad Safiullah, working as a librarian of District Government Public Library, Jhalakati, under the Department of Public Libraries, Ministry of Cultural Affairs, Bangladesh. I started my journey with this public library sector in 2017, and I have completed my graduation and post-graduation from the University of Dhaka in Information Science and Library Management. I'm looking forward to have a wonderful journey with this cohort, INELI Cohort 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the precise self-intro. Next, Ms. Rafia Sultana.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello. Can you hear? Okay. This is Rafia Sultana. I am a librarian in District Government Public Library, Munstigan. And I've completed my graduation and post-graduation from University of Dhaka in 2014 and 15 respectively. I'm very new in this library field, working in here for the progress of library, working with the communities. And with INELI, I hope we will get some new ideas and new innovations to get engaged with the community. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, before we move on to another other country, we would like to hear from a mentor of INELI South Asia program, Dr. Neeza Singh.
Hello, everyone. Greetings to all of you present here. I'm very fortunate to start with as an innovator first and then coming on to be a mentor. What I can say, I have learned so much from INELI, right from having a wonderful family to establishing myself as a better professional serving the community. Having mentors like Shadi sir and other people, we are always blessed to have a back upon us to just do anything and everything for our community. This was one of the main learnings because though we were doing a lot of services in our library, but the main thing was to understand community and to serve them according to their own needs. So now not only we are just doing a lot of programs for different strata of the community in our library, but beyond the library walls, we are going outside the library to do work in the community, going to Nari Niketans, orphanages, blind institutes, and other places like slums, and just to serve and provide information and anything they need just at their doorstep. We also started the senior citizens books delivery at their homes and for the temporarily handicapped, which is one of our main things which we started in the last 2 years. So I welcome you all, Cohort 3 members, and there's lots to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Neeza. Next, we would like to hear from Myanmar, Ms. Tandar Aye.
Yes. I can't see others. Hello?
Please continue, Tanda. We are listening.
Hello, I can't see. Yeah, I can't see the other people. Hello?
We can see you. Please continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tanda from Myanmar. I'm a founder of Waterfall Mobile Library, and it's established in 2008. We did to promote the reading habits for children. We did a mobile library for school, and we did storytelling for children. And we support some community library, books, and some activities for them. And 2017, we delivered a training of mobile library, mobile information literacies for young people to understand how to use the internet. And now we publish the children library books, and I'm sure that we can learn so many methods from this program. And even the introduction program, I learned some experience for others. Thank you. Hello.
Thank you, Tandar. Next, we would like to hear. Yeah, we'd like to hear from Magazine Ahmed Didi from Maldives.
Hello, can you hear me?
Magadi, could you speak little louder, please?
Can you hear me? Is it clear?
Yeah, we can.
I'm Mahasin Ahmed Didi from the National Library of Maldives. Do I have to give information about myself or what we are doing currently?
Please introduce yourself as well as you can detail about what you are doing. Thank you.
Okay. I started my library career in the early 90s, and it's been a long time. And I did my master's at University of Canberra in 2005. And later I came to Maldives and I joined the library, and I found that a lot of services are bit backward or not introduced. So as the Director General of the National Library in the Maldives, I'm very much keen to introduce our digital library. Currently, we have a few years back, we did start with the digital library, but because of human resource and because we lacked a lot of human resource and other facilities, we are unable to start the work promptly. However, currently now a new ministry has been formed recently in the last November last year. So we are very much convinced because a new ministry is there for us, and hopefully even today we had a discussion about the digital library, about the scanning and all those things. So our aim is to make our national collection available to the other islands, even to other countries. As you are aware, Maldives is a nation with dispersed islands, and not everyone would be able to come here to collect the information. And because then other thing is like in the island schools, they don't really have a proper library. That's something the school children lack very much. So currently our main aim is to develop our digital collection. And I think the way people think about the libraries, as I have heard before from one other participant, it's very much like they don't feel there should be a library anymore. And even in the political level, people think, why should we have a library when there's so much information on the internet? So we have to bring other thing we have to do simultaneously, that we have to make the political people also aware of these things in our community as well. I think that would be enough for today, I think. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Magasin. Next, we are happy to introduce one of the INELI South Asia mentor, Ms. Sharawat. She is from Bangladesh. Sharawat, we would like to hear from few words about your experience and
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. My name is Sarwat Reza, and I have my full background is with the library and information sector. I did my graduation and first master's in library and information science from Dhaka University back in late 90s, and then I did my second master's in information studies from Loughborough University, UK. I came back to Bangladesh and I started working in an academic library in a university. And then after 4 years, I moved to British Council, and I looked after British Council Library for the last 11 years. So I started my career with a very traditional library aspect from an academic perspective. But when I joined British Council, it was a pure traditional public library. Though we used to charge people for using our library, but gradually we moved that idea from a traditional library to making it a community space for the nearby community, the students, teachers, their families, and other things. And in last 2 years, we are connected with another Gates Foundation project, which is called Libraries Unlimited. And this is to transform the whole Bangladeshi public library sector. Under that project, and developing the same idea like the British Council Library for developing it as a knowledge and community space for the local community. And we are working towards that goal. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Sharawat. Next, we are inviting the innovators from India. Miss Sheila, she is from Tamil Nadu, India. She's working in digital library. She will introduce herself.
I'm Sheila. First of all, I want to thank the INELI team to selecting me for this program. I really am happy to be here. And myself, Sheila from Tamil Nadu. I'm working in digital library. I finished my master's in library science. For past 10 years, I am working as a librarian. Apart from library normal activities, we are doing some extension program services. Whatever I know, I'm implementing in my library. Now I had given a platform to know more about the services. So I'm eagerly waiting to learn more from the mentors and cohort 1 and 2 team. Thank you, INELI team. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you, Ms. Sheila. Next, we love to hear from Nepal, Mr. Dashrath Mishra.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So firstly, thank you very much for you give a great opportunity to introduce myself. And firstly, happy Holi to all of you. And today is our national festival day in our country, Nepal. I am Dashrath Mishra, working as a chief librarian in Kesar Library. Since last 20 years, I am serving my library service. And firstly, we started as a work as a lab assistant in Nepal National Library. And after that 10 months, I was promoted as a lab officer. And currently, I am the chief of the Kesar Library under the Ministry of Science and Technology. And since last 4 years ago, devastation of the earthquake are in the suffering on my library. My library is nowadays not properly managed due to lack of space of the building. My building is almost cracked. So nowadays we are going to manage our library in the temporary house. And since last year, I am also conducting a advocacy course in the public library and gathered the record of the public library in all our country in Nepal. And I was also conducted a short-term course in the library, professional, semi-professional, to how to use and enhance the capacity of the library career. And nowadays we are going to
गाने को मेडिसिन वाला लेके आना जिसमें वो नापते हैं मेडिसिन.
We want to conduct a library seminar in our country. And we are now in my library. Recently, we are arranging and managing all the manuscripts because the manuscripts is very well demanded from the outside of the country. And many researchers comes to use in my library to manuscripts. So nowadays we are going to how to manage and digitize the manuscripts. And I am very eager to comply my knowledge in INELI. And this is a great chance and great opportunity for us to enhance my capacity and also service in our country. So I am very eager to compliance face to face all of the innovators, mentors, and give me a great opportunity from the MSSRF team. So thank you very much. Hello.
Thank you, Mishra. Next, move on to Mr. Basantraj.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, thank you for the introduction session. And I am Basantraj Pantha from Nepal. I have been working in Nepal National Library as a library officer. As a library professional, I have been working since 8 years. Firstly, I joined at Madan Puraskar Pustakalaya, which is renowned in Nepali language collections. Secondly, I joined in Public Service Commission. Thirdly, recently, I have been working in Nepal National Library. The main responsibility of mine is to assign ISSN and to monitor, evaluate the public libraries inside the country and to report the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. And our library is going to digitize the Sanskrit languages books, which is very rare and useful. And I am very happy to be a INELI members and hope this will be beneficial for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Basantraj. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Ramana Reddy. He is from Andhra, from India. He is running a community library with the support of youngsters in his place. Yeah, he will introduce.
Thank you, all of you. My name is Ramana from Andhra Pradesh, Vijayanagaram district, Chipurupalli Mandalam. So, working as social worker and community development, my village is 20 village knowledge centers establishment. So, thanks to MSR Research Foundation, all of you, Priyanka madam and Girija madam, to all staff members, and thank you, great opportunity, and INELI Cohort 3 numbers and great workful. Thank you, and team members. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Mr. Ramana. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Panik Pondian. We love to hear from you about what changes really you want to bring to for the betterment of community through your library.
I am Panik Pondian, librarian, branch library throughout you. It's indeed a very pleasure to be here. I thank the host organization like MSRF and INELI to providing such fruitful initiative. I started my career as a grade 3 librarian in Triplicane Library in 1994. Now I completed 25 years service as a librarian. I am very much proud to say one thing, as I am a public librarian. It's a very proudful to me. In throughout your library and our reader circle built one model library. It is one of the model library in the state. Nearly 10 separate sections in our library. So one of the best section is visually challenged and deaf and deaf section. The deaf and deaf section is one and only section in the state. We are conducting nearly 17 programs for children, women, senior citizen, visually empowered, and job seekers. The best program, one of the best program is Sindhani Charal. It is a monthly meeting. It was conducted in our library. In this program, we made some good students to present a fruitful things to the local community. It's the best to me. I wish to share some more things in later. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Panik Pandian. Really, we are excited to hear from you in future with more success stories. Hope we finish all the innovators from cohort 3. Anyone left? Please excuse us. Anyone left? Ms. Ramya, are you online? Mr. Damika? Hope we finished everyone. So let's. Before we concluding this section, we'll watch a wonderful video. It's developed by Mr. Sairam, INELI innovator from Tiruvannamalai. So he wants to say something from his heart. Let's watch the video.
I welcome all the cohort 3 members to INELI family. It's a very great family, and we have to learn a lot from this online module, and we'll rock. Definitely librarians will change the world. As Dr. Shadi sir said, that librarians are the change makers. Definitely we are the change makers. First, you believe yourself. You are the change maker. Then we will change the world. So please enjoy this song.
Second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea.
So believe ourselves, believe yourself, will change the world. Thank you very much.
Hope all enjoyed this song. Sorry, I withdraw my words. This song was composed by someone and lyrics written by someone. There is a learning from this song is we will construct a better community as a believer, as a librarian. Thank you. Few innovators from Cohort 3, they are not able to participate today. So they sent a video. They want to share a message from to all. So let's play a Mr. Kyao. He's from Myanmar. He's also running a community library. Let's see what he want to share with us.
Good morning, mentors and colleagues. I am one of the INELI participants of Cohort 3. I am Dr. Jolwin So from Myanmar. I have founded a community library in our regions since April 2007. Apart from just providing normal library services, we did some of the innovative library services. We promote digital awareness amongst the community people by giving or conducting the digital awareness training. And then we have the program called TAH Girl. This is the program dedicated for the girls between the age 16 to 20. They have to learn how to use the digital gadgets effectively for their improvement of personal development. And then they have to learn some soft skills training. We have done that training program for 3 continuous years. And then we promote the reading habits among the community people by using the Let's Read program and the reading challenge. The reading challenge is for the child who can read the books in English. This program was cooperated with the British Council. And then Let's Read program is a program that promotes the children's creativity and creative thinking skill by telling the story by the group of volunteers at our library. Most of the stories have no endings, and the children who listen to that story have to create the endings by themselves. Why we did that program is that program lets our children to build up their capacity on the critical thinking and creativity. These are the very important points for their education systems. And then what we have done is networking and the active librarians training. I organize active librarians training with the cooperation with Myanmar Library Association, Myanmar Library Foundation, British Council, and other partner organizations in November 2018. This is last year. So 65 participants, they all are the librarians from the 42 libraries in our region joined that training. In the training, we provide innovative way of establishing library and library services there. We have lots of discussions, and also we discuss on the challenges that most of the librarians have. The impact is very good on that, and all the librarians are motivated to do their work effectively in their respective community. Last but not least, our center has been awarded as an Innovative Library Awards last year. Bye, and thank you very much, and I hope we can continue our learning journey very effectively in INELI.
Okay, let's next we watch the video message from Dr. Kamakshi. She is from Anna Century Library, Chennai, from Tamil Nadu.
Good morning to all. I'll be very happy to be an innovator in Cohort 3 and happy to introduce myself with you. I'm Kamakshi. I'm working in Anna Centenary Library as a librarian and information officer. I'm having 16 years of experience as librarian in academic as well as public library. In addition to this, for the past 3 years, I have been working in Tamil Virtual Academy in the post of assistant director. I have completed in doctorate in library and information science in Anna University in the year of 2013 and cleared NET examination in 2010. Though I'm eligible for academic library and got many opportunities, I would like to continue and work in public library sector. In fact, I feel very proud to be a public librarian. In personal, I have one son doing law. My area of interest in library fields are research, information literacy, and digital library. My hobbies are listening music, cooking, and playing games with kids. Anna Centenary Library is one of the public library, which is coming under Directorate of Public Libraries in Tamil Nadu. It is one of the biggest library in Asia. The collection and services make the differentiates the library from other public libraries. It has the very unique collections of books related to research in all disciplines, monographs, proceedings, and specific titles which are not available in any reputed institutions. Salient features are separate flow for children section, language, manuscripts, visually challenged users, and for competitive examination users. We are doing many services as every public libraries has been doing, such as storytelling, short filming, and many activities for children, program for competitive examinations, program for adult and many literary activities. We have organized many seminar, workshops, and conferences for library professionals, both academic and public libraries. In addition to that, Anna Centenary Libraries is doing digitization work for creating digital library for the rare books, periodicals, and manuscripts, and it's preparing union catalog for public libraries in Tamil Nadu. By considering the needs of the visually challenged persons, those who are working and preparing for competitive examinations, Anna Centenary Libraries is creating talking books accessible through mobile apps, which is the first one in India. For considering the development of the public libraries in Tamil Nadu, as per government announcements, a library research and development center has been initiated in Anna Centenary Library. This center will serve and guide and facilitate the librarians in a way to identify the information needs and demands of the public and provide services accordingly by using technologies of ICT, IoT, etc. I feel the main objectives of the public libraries are reach the people who are unreached, serve the people who are deprived in information, connect the people to make them use, create, and share the knowledge, and make the society and community as an information literary society and knowledge community. I hope librarians, we can make the wonder and change the libraries as lifelong learning and knowledge center. I believe this platform of INELI Foundations will enhance and enrich my competency towards this objective. I once again feel very happy to be here and thank to the INELI Foundation to give this opportunity to enhance my skills and serve better to the society. Thank you.
Okay, this is a time to say thanks to all those who are working behind the screen to make this occasion great success. I would like to thank our beloved Dr. Shadi and the trailblazers from Cohort 1 and Cohort 2 and the INELI MSSRF team. Especially the mentors and innovators from Cohort, INELI South Asia Cohort. Thank you so much for a wonderful time being with us. The other thing is today the world is celebrating International Happy Day. So hope we had a great beginning with the great happiness, International Happy Day. So let's keep rocking. Let's have a great beginning and we'll keep rocking. Thank you one and all. INELI South, kind attention to INELI South Asian mentors. We will reconvene at 2 o'clock. We will learn about Moodle, how to access the Moodle and how to do the exercises. So we will reconvene at 2 o'clock.